I'm Bee and this is Bee's Intuition. Today we're going to do a reading about where are you going? Where are you going? Let's just dive right into it, shall we? Please and thank you, Spirit. Where is the collective going? Where's the collective going? Where are they going? What are they doing? Where are they going? Where are they going around these ponds? Where are they going? Well, okay. So what we have starting out, we have the Seven of Cups. Then we have the Ace of Swords. We have the Four of Swords. And then the Emperor. Why does that feel like the final destination is you getting all of this power? Power and purpose I'm getting. Anyways, bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. Okay, so let's just dive right into the clarification, shall we? Starting with that Seven of Cups. Please and thank you, Spirit. Where's the collective going? And what does it have to do with the Seven of Cups? I wonder. Please and thank you, Spirit. Where's the collective going? And what does it have to do with this Seven of Cups? What's going on? What's going on with the collective? With the Seven of Cups. What else? Oh, okay. Oh, we're taking that. What did fall? What was that? Oh my. Okay, so I've heard it been said before that the ones that fall on the floor count more, so take that as you wish. The Chariot fell on the floor, upright. So that's clarifying that Seven of Cups. And then we have the Six of Swords. Wow. Oh, and then bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands. Beautiful. Okay. So, honestly, I'm taking that Seven of Cups probably as your current energy. If you're watching this, you're most likely uncertain of where you're going. That's kind of what the Seven of Cups can indicate, is feeling a bit of confusion, feeling like things aren't quite clear, it's not quite, there's maybe not a clear path going on, or at least you could feel that way. Because I feel like that's another thing too, is like sometimes we can be on our path and not even realize that we're on it, you know what I mean? So sometimes those feelings of feeling lost or insecurity about your direction and where you're going, it could definitely be just not aligned to the truth or the reality of it. You may be on your path and you may not even realize it, because there is, you know, when it comes to our path, we tend to think of it as like it starts when we find our purpose, but sometimes there's a leading up to finding that sense of purpose, and that's still on our path, if that makes any sense. But anyways, the Chariot card, I feel like, is indicating that you have a can-do attitude, and that is going to make a big difference for you. Honestly, you may have multiple paths opening up to you, and maybe you're being called to follow it could be that it's like multiple different paths that you're heading down that are your like destiny, because that can also be another part of that Seven of Cups, is like way too many options. You could definitely be somebody that has a lot of ideas, a lot of like things that they're passionate about, a lot of like things that you love, that make you excited, that maybe increase your feelings of belonging, or maybe excite your passion, get your brain really like energized and on point. So it could be that you're also kind of like, okay, which one of these paths do I choose? They all seem really good. And I would say is it possible to do more than one? Because sometimes that's possible. And sometimes we're meant to do multiple things, especially us that, the people that are creatives, the people that have all of these different ideas, the people that are, what is that saying? Jack of all trades, master of none. That can be sort of, that type of person's purpose is doing multiple things. And that's the other beauty of it, is exploring these paths. You don't have to, devote yourself to just one single path and be like, this is what I'm putting everything into. You can open up multiple paths that you're interested in and explore each one of them, and maybe in different ways or in varying degrees of energy and effort, depending on your lifestyle and what you're able to do around that. But especially because this is the Chariot, and the star on his headband here, or his crown, whatever, is supposed to represent the star card, purpose, like divine purpose, and, going towards that, feeling like there's a sense of something pulling you in a certain direction. So definitely listen to that intuition. Listen to that hunger inside of you that is fed when you're doing certain activities, or when you're engaging in certain interests or hobbies or projects. And that's going to help you get to exactly where you want to be and where you need to be. I feel like you're really on the right path, even if you are in this moment of confusion, even if you are in this moment of like, I don't know which of these paths to take. And I think a lot of it comes back down to your can-do attitude that I was talking about with this Chariot card. It also definitely feels like you have like a grand purpose for yourself. Like you're meant to accomplish great things. You have infinite potential and probably a lot of talent, skills, and abilities. So definitely, I feel like I kind of almost should be saying, don't just choose just one thing, because I feel like you will actually limit yourself and your own happiness and fulfillment by simply devoting your whole life to one thing. And I would say maybe Spirit really wants you to explore multiple things, because that feels way more like part of your energetic code, or your energetic fingerprint. It feels like it's much more tailored, custom made for you specifically and the person that you are, and all of your unique skills, talents, abilities. I definitely feel like I'm tapping into somebody that is neurodivergent. So maybe somebody that has ADHD, somebody that has a very overactive mind potentially, somebody that's always thinking, somebody that's always coming up with ideas, and at some points we can feel like that's a burden, but I feel like it could actually be your superpower if you look at it in the right sort of perspective. And that could definitely help you a lot, is like kind of reframing your mind and your own abilities that may be looked down upon by society because they're maybe outside the norm, but they're actually very useful and powerful, honestly, because they are like superpowers. A lot of those things that maybe don't align with societal standards, or may at times be inconvenient. They can be used as a launching pad, almost, I'm kidding. And then we have the Six of Swords. So I feel like if you are going through this confusion and having all these paths open to you, you're like, I don't know which one to pick. I feel like you're coming out of that time of confusion. You're going to be seeing things much clearer. Things are going to be getting much lighter for you if you've been going through a darker time, or if you've just been struggling in general, maybe with anxiety, overthinking. The swords definitely can deal with that. But I feel like it's going to become clear to you. It's almost like the further you go along, kind of just trusting spirit, trusting yourself, trusting what, activates your inner passion. the more you go along that path, it's going to become clearer over time. And where you're going is way more full of hope and infinite potential for growth and expansion than where you have been or what you are used to in your past. So definitely I feel like this is a message is a message saying to keep your eyes on the prize and just like keep going. Even if you feel like you're lost, even if you feel like you don't know where you're going. It's almost like a part of you inside knows where you're going, even if your consciousness doesn't. And it's actually a really beautiful message I'm getting with that. So believe in yourself. Honestly, if you struggle with believing in spirit, trusting in the universe, trust in yourself. You know you better than anyone else. And you're going to know what's going to fit you the best and what excites you the most, and what I'm getting some sort of energy of like, something you can pour all of your energy into and feel fulfilled by doing that, Okay. With the bottom of the deck being the King of Wands, you have something inside of you, in your surroundings, whether it be a hobby, a passion project, a certain career field. You have some sort of talent, skill, ability that you're really good at. Like the King of Wands is somebody that is very confident and powerful, very passion driven. So I feel like you are probably the type of person that needs to have passion for what they do. Otherwise they'll lose interest, or they'll burn out, or it just won't work out in the long term. So I feel like go with what excites you, what makes that passion start burning within you, where you don't mind, like that area in which you don't mind expending energy. Because then there's like a lot less resistance, and the flow is going to lead to, I feel like, a lot more success, because the King of Wands is very successful, powerful, successful, confident. So I feel like there's probably an area of interest or something inside of you or outside of you, and either you're really good at that thing or you can become really good at that thing. And when you go towards expanding your knowledge on that subject or that activity, when you learn more about it and all of the things that have to do with it, you're able to become a master. And through mastering those things, it's going to lead you to your own success. And it's definitely going to come across to other people that you're confident in what you do, and that you're very trustworthy. Because that's another thing. It's like when somebody comes across as very confident, we tend to trust them and what they have to say, right? Because they're not showing up as like, maybe this is right, I don't know, like doubting themselves or something. And not to say that you shouldn't doubt yourself at some points, or that doubting yourself is bad or whatever, because we're all human. We're all going to have doubts, pretty consistently throughout our life. But I feel like overall this is something that you can build upon to the extent of becoming very confident in your ability to do that thing. So definitely lean into anything that makes you feel like that. Okay, let me see what's underneath that King of Wands out of curiosity. So the King of Wands, as we just saw, underneath it is the Queen of Wands. So I'm taking that as a couple of different things. Honestly, you being on your like grind here could definitely be attracting your person. Like the more you devote to yourself, your own growth, and what's the word I'm looking for? You focused on your own career or abundance or the things that will lead to that, you're going to be attracting your partner more than likely, because you're going to be in like the same vibration as that person. And this is regardless of gender. You're going to be in the same wavelength. So maybe even through this, you meet your partner, like through this process of learning something new or exploring a new path that you've always wanted to explore. You could literally, while you're like learning about something, or maybe you're taking a class for something, or whatever it is, you could literally bump into your soulmate in that process, is what I'm getting here. Because you're like both in the same sort of energy, you're gonna be like, you're gonna just naturally, I feel like, gravitate towards each other, almost like magnets. And that's gonna be really beautiful for you. The other thing I'm saying is you could definitely be balancing out your masculine and your feminine energies and creating a beautiful balance. Because when we balance our feminine and masculine energies, which I believe personally that we all have feminine and masculine within us, and when we balance out those energies, that really, I feel like, makes life go so much smoother and flow much easier, and we have less resistance. And I think a big part of that is, you know, the masculine energy we typically associate with the action-oriented sort of energy, whereas the feminine energy is like knowing when to hold back action and maybe wait for something to come in. It's like, I know I invested the correct amount of work and now I'm waiting for the results. So it's like, you know when to go, you know when to stop, you know when to take a break, you listen to your instincts and your intuition about that rhythm, and it attracts things so much easier because you naturally build up this ability to kind of know yourself, know your situation enough that you know when it's time to act, when it's not. And you're able to really go with the flow of life so much easier that way. Because there are times that call for action, and there are times that call for, pausing, reflection. And I feel like you have that really good instinct for that, and that's going to serve you on your path. Excuse me, I'm just going to take a sippy. I trimmed some little layers into my hair over the weekend. I also re-dyed my roots. Don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm feeling fresh. Okay, anyways. Let's go on to the Ace of Swords we got here. Please and thank you, Spirit. Where is the collective going, and what does it have to do with this Ace of Swords? What does it have to do with this Ace of Swords, and where's the collective going? Where's the collective going? Where are they going? Where are they going? And what does it have to do with this Ace of Swords? What does it have to do with this? Oh my. Let's see what came out down here. Here. Okay, well, we got some good ones. We got some real good ones. Okay. Clarifying that Ace. Oh. Okay. Clarifying that Ace of Swords, we have the Empress. Somebody's getting into Empress mode up in here, and it's beautiful. Okay. And then we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. I feel like that's an easing. I don't think that's a word, but easing a heavy energy that you've been going through. Like a burden is being lifted, pretty much. I don't know why I tried so hard to make that other sentence work. Six of Wands. So the Ten of Wands in the reverse and the Six of Wands upright landed on the floor. So maybe they count more. Which would be pretty nice, because that's telling you that your burdens, if you've been going through some burdens, if you've been feeling really heavy, those are coming to an end, and that's about to be lifted off of your shoulders. And then the Six of Wands upright, that is you being successful, baby, coming into success, and people being really happy for you because of that. They're also seeing your success. So this isn't even just a private sense of success, but this is a sense of success that other people can see as well. And that's not to say that that makes it valid, because sometimes we have success on a personal level and other people don't understand why that's considered a success. Like, for instance, maybe getting sober or something like that. where was I going with this? I had a point. I got off track, I think. Oh, but yeah, I'm not trying to say that, you know, because other people are noticing it and validating it, that suddenly gives it meaning or value. But rather, it'll be kind of nice on top, like a little cherry on top, you know? Not necessary, but kind of nice to add. You know, having other people be like, wow, that's cool. You know, sharing in your excitement is nice. Bottom of the deck is the Sun card. That's a lot of happiness. So this is some really nice energy, like for real. This is clarifying the Ace of Swords. So this could be a communication that's taking place or an idea that's taking place. And it's sparking some change for you. Could be like some sort of divine, well, maybe it's a divinely meant communication. So maybe it's like some sort of recruiter for a certain profession reaches out to you or something. Or maybe you hear back on an application or something and that's like divinely meant for you. And then the other thing is like, if it's like a divinely meant idea that just pops into your mind one day, could be like very like divinely meant to happen at that time, or how it does happen, how it hits you in that moment. And then it's like you're becoming super abundant and successful, radiant, very attractive, like also just full of growth and the ability to manifest in like what's it called? You know, the Empress is typically seen as pregnant, so that's usually like a metaphor for creating something that is super like awesome, or giving life to a certain project or something in your life that is like very meaningful. But yeah, this is, you know, I'm also even getting like effortless abundance, and it's not to say that that's effortless on your part, but rather maybe people's perception, you know, you being surrounded by effortless abundance. And it's either because of this conversation or because of this idea that you are exploring. Could even be like, you know, if you're already interested in something and you've been kind of like on the brink of like, you know, maybe taking a class about that subject or something, and then maybe, you know, for whatever reason you can't stop thinking about it, and that could be like spirit's way of telling you like, no, actually go for that thing. You're meant to go to that class. You're meant to explore that thing. I would definitely lean into any of those kinds of ideas that get you really excited, and feel like maybe even there is some sort of divine intervention as a part of it. Like, this is really beautiful because like in terms of the theme of this reading, where are you going? You're going into a place that is full of abundance and relieving you of stresses from the past. Especially if you are going through stress right now and a lot of heavy burdens, feeling like you're maybe even stuck in a certain situation, or like there's no way that you could completely be doubting yourself, like, oh, I've been wasting all my time on this thing when I really want to pour my energy into this thing over here. And maybe you're feeling like you're wasting your time in a certain area of your life, but I feel like that is either coming to an end, or there's going to be like some sort of big payoff for you, I feel, because it's like this easing of a burden and building abundance. And it's almost not even like, it feels like there's like a flow of abundance even that comes in for you, and it alleviates this pressure or this burden. And I'm also even getting like, it could be like, for somebody, it could even be like, it could have to do with finances. It could be like that you've been financially struggling for a period of time, and now something happens that's like a little bit of good luck. Hell, maybe even, you know, winning the lottery or something, and you're like suddenly like having those burdens eased off your shoulders for a bit. And, you know, that could also be in the public eye, you know, where people are seeing your luck, your good fortune, your hard work paying off. And that's, with the Six of Wands, I feel like it's more so your hard work paying off, more so than winning the lottery. But who knows? Maybe it could be both. But yeah, it feels like what you're headed towards is success, abundance, and having your past pains or whatever has been bothering you, weighing you down, holding you back, that's going to be alleviated off of you. Super, super positive and very beautiful energy. Wow. And then not to mention at the bottom of the deck, the Sun card being there, like, hello, happiness. You're going to be coming into a time that feels like sunshine on a, nice spring day. I almost said summer day, but sometimes people don't always like summer. Spring is nice. I feel like we like those in-between seasons the most, spring and fall, but because they're the most comfortable, right? But yeah, like warm sunshine on a spring day. Like, it's gonna be so freaking beautiful, so nice, so warm, so cozy, and happy. It definitely feels like it's going to breathe life into you. Maybe you've been feeling like, kind of like, dead energy levels, wise. Like your battery's been, depleted forever, and you're just like, I got no energy. And then maybe suddenly you get a surge, and then it's like, wow, all of this great stuff starts happening. I want to see what's underneath the Sun card. King of Pentacles. Okay, so like literally all the cards that I have been seeing so far are really indicating very beautiful things coming into your life. The King of Pentacles, that is so much stability and feeling secure in who you are, where you're at. Super abundant and the grapes on the cloak here are supposed to symbolize areas of skill. Like the King of Pentacles is a very skilled king. And you're going to be very skilled. You're going to have an area in which you're very skilled and you do it really, really well, and it leads to your abundance and stability. Like, what more can I say? Like, it's really good. Like, this is a really good reading. Let's go on to the Four of Swords now. Please and thank you, Spirit. Where is the collective going? And what does that have to do with this Four of Swords? This Four of Swords. What's it got to do with that? I swear, these cards that are coming out are insane. Okay, anything else for that Four of Swords, please and thank you, Spirit. Okay. 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 Clarifying that Four of Swords, we have... Oh, okay. I didn't see that there was another one that came out with this. Okay. So, the first one that came out for the Four of Swords is the Two of Swords. Okay. But that came out with the Ten of Pentacles. So, even if you're stuck in your head and confused about something, or you feel like you're not seeing something clearly, good stuff is ahead of you, you know? Good stuff lies ahead for you. The Knight of Wands came out sort of in this direction, so I'll be reading it in this direction. And then we have the Knight of Cups upright. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. That's funny, we just saw the King of Pentacles not too long ago. Then, bottom of the deck, we got the Two of Wands. Making some plans. Okay, so since this is all clarifying the Four of Swords, I feel like you have been taking some time to yourself for healing, taking care of yourself, self-care, maybe even protecting your energy to a certain extent, and that could even be like your spiritual energy or psychic energy. It's almost like you kind of had to have this period of isolation so that you could be protected from other people's energies, or you could strengthen your psychic abilities or something. But yeah, I feel like this period of isolation was necessary for you, and it has been very useful. But then there's like that Two of Swords energy, which I feel like is maybe you feeling like, is it time to leave that Four of Swords energy? Come out of this time of isolation, open back up to other people, open up to opportunities. And the message, the true message behind that Two of Swords is really about going outside of your comfort zone. So yeah, if you've been feeling super comfortable in that isolation mode, it could be definitely a message from spirit or your intuition that is telling you that now is the time to open back up, to other people, to opportunities, to things in general, and not to be so afraid anymore. I also feel this great sense of you being very spiritually protected. So if that's something that you're worried about, I feel like that's something that spirit really has your back on here. And then the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like this is where you're going. Ten of Pentacles, you're building up so much abundance and success for yourself. Generational wealth is a part of the Ten of Pentacles. Also, happy home, happy life. Like really a lot of great stuff with that Ten of Pentacles there. And so it's almost like maybe, I don't know, like it almost even feels like you are super abundant, like who you are, the ways in which you think, the ways in which you act, like you're, honestly, I'm getting that message like that I got with the Empress, that effortless abundance. Like there's something about your energy that gives off effortless abundance. So it's almost like, I feel like people around you can sense something about you being very abundant, or like your destination in life is to be very abundant, because it's like, and maybe it's that can-do attitude that we got with the Chariot earlier, because there's something about your energy that people really probably are very attracted to because they see this abundance within you. It could be your mindsets or anything, truly. Like it's really a beautiful energy, and people really pick up on this. And I feel like maybe that's also why you're kind of in that Two of Swords energy, is like, okay, well, I attract everyone kind of thing. And that means the good and the bad. Sometimes we attract more of the bad and we're just like, okay, like what's the point of being magnetic if it's going to just attract flies, you know? But I feel, again, there's like this sense of being protected and knowing that you, because you embody abundance, that is exactly what you're going to get. I really do feel like there's something here about spirit saying, kind of try your best not to worry, because things are looking really good for you in the future. And don't be too afraid, I feel like. And moving outside of your comfort zone could be very positive for you during this time. The Knight of Wands coming out like this, I thought was kind of interesting, because you could have been reflecting on past relationships or past relationship patterns, or the kind of energies that you tend to attract in terms of maybe love. And I feel like the Knight of Wands sometimes gets a reputation for a player, or somebody that has very like temporary energy, comes in passionately but it burns out quick. And since it came out like this, I feel like you're kind of like rejecting that sort of energy. And I feel like that's really serving you. You're being selective with your energy, and I really like that. And I feel like, yeah, you're kind of rejecting those kinds of player-like energies that are trying to come towards you. And maybe it's part of that protection that spirit kind of has around you right now. It's like those people are not able to come in like they once maybe did or could have. And I feel like that's really going to serve you, because you're not going to have to worry about like those types of energies kind of messing with you. Like, and you're going to be able to spot those energies from a mile away is what I'm getting. Like, they're not going to be able to disguise themselves when it comes to you. And part of that's probably because your spirituality and your intuition and your psychic abilities are growing much stronger because of that period of isolation. Knight of Cups upright, I feel like this is the type of energy that you genuinely want. Somebody that's here for something more emotional, long-lasting, romantic. Like you want that sort of like long-term sort of energy. Maybe even slow and steady to an extent. The Knight of Cups is not quite as slow as the Knight of Pentacles, but it is a little bit of a slower energy. And maybe you prefer that, especially when it comes to love. And maybe you've learned that that's the way to go, because maybe in your past experiences you did have those people that came in really suddenly and passionately, but then it burnt out really quick and you're just like left with nothing. And so maybe you're realizing maybe the best way to go about this is taking things slowly, you know? And I feel like that's the type of energy that you're going to be attracting, not the players, but the people that are actually here to stay and genuinely interested and intrigued in your energy and would like to come towards you to express that. And I feel like that's honestly what's connecting to this Queen of Pentacles, because we just saw the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And I feel like that was representing your energy. I feel like you, honestly, you're kind of showing up as a mixture of energies. Probably mostly masculine energies, but I do get like a little bit of feminine energy as well from you. So yeah, anyways. So the Queen of Pentacles could definitely be representing, regardless of gender here, your significant match here. Divine counterpart, or somebody that feels like they're probably a really good match for you. This is somebody that's kind, generous, patient, really like down to earth, pretty chill, you know, like that sort of energy. Maybe even slightly easygoing, go with the flow sort of type of personality. Like this is not somebody that is full of drama. This is somebody that's relatively secure in themselves, pretty secure in themselves, like so they don't really feel the need to like be catty or do anything that's like drama filled. Very steady, stable person that you're attracting here. And maybe they've been eyeing you for a little bit and they have some real good emotions, romantic intentions that they're coming towards you with. They also got their own abundance and stability, so I feel like that's going to be good in a counterpart. Somebody that's not showing up in a lack mindset, somebody that's showing up with, you know, something to actually offer you. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. So I feel like you coming out of this shell or period of isolation is not only going to be attracting your own abundance, but is also going to be attracting other people that are probably just as abundant as you are. I like it. I like it a lot. With the bottom of the deck being the Two of Wands, I'm getting, you know, this is kind of hitting me in the way of like maybe for a period of time, or maybe in the past, or maybe even currently, you've been feeling kind of like something's kind of missing, you know? And it may not even be anything that's super like huge or, you know, super noticeable. But maybe there's just like this sense of like, maybe there's got to be something more, or, you know, maybe there's even a sense of sort of boredom to a degree in your life. And you feel like things need to kind of switch up or change, you know, the energies need to shift a little bit, or, you know, there's a desire for change in some way. And I feel like that's kind of what you are attracting and going towards, is like a change, but for the better, like something that will actually feed your soul. Something that kind of fills in that place of something missing, you know? Also, you probably have been spending some good amount of time in contemplation, like, what is it that I want? What is it that will make me genuinely happy? What is it that I find most fulfilling? What is it that I'm actually genuinely interested in? Like, there's a lot of energy there in that sort of regard. So you may have even kind of been building a game plan as well, as to like, okay, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? How do I want to do it? Because it has been like this draw inside of you of like thirsting for something or being quite hungry for something different. I'm gonna see what's underneath that Two of Wands. The Death card. That's a big transformation, big rebirth energy. So whatever this was that you felt like was missing in your life, it could have even triggered some sort of transformation. Maybe you realize that you'll need to change for this new future that you want to build for yourself. There's also like that endings that lead to new beginnings part of the Death card. And it's almost giving me like maybe you even had to put an end to something Could have been a way of thinking, could have been your ego maybe, or anything truly. And you're like, okay, this needs to end in order for me to be the best version of myself possible so that I can actually attract the things I want. I feel like that's a really good energy though with that death card. I'm also getting kind of like this slow, but like very, like it's slow forward moving progress. There could even be a period of progress in that you're in, or experience on your path where it's like things may be a little bit slow, and so you might start questioning yourself, questioning that path. But I feel like it's a normal part of the process and you shouldn't be too stressed out about it, because it's maybe part of the natural rhythm of life. Because I feel like you're actually moving forward quite strongly, but it just may come into certain periods in which it kind of is just a slower sort of progress. But it doesn't mean that you are, you know, that there is no progress, or that you are undoing your progress. I feel like that is not the case at all. You're making very steady, is kind of the energy I'm getting, like steady forward progress. It just may be slow and at certain times. I'm really curious what's underneath that death card actually, so let's just take a peek. Curiosity. Oh, the High Priestess. So I think I was saying earlier, yeah, with that Four of Swords, something about your psychic abilities, your intuition, maybe your spirituality, something about you has really been growing and becoming much stronger. Maybe even sort of, what is that called? Magnified. Like it's literally like intensifying your abilities and your skills and stuff. So definitely trust your intuition and any psychic downloads that you're getting on your path, or in terms of what is calling you. And I feel like that's going to be truly what is meant for you. Yeah. You may also be kind of coming across as like a sort of mysterious energy, which I kind of feel with that Four of Swords. You may have been kind of isolating for a while, so people may not know what your next move is, or, you know, what you're doing and how. And I feel like that's probably going to serve you, honestly, because that's less people to interrupt that progress, or, you know, put doubts in your mind, or, you know, stuff like that. I would say maybe like don't feel the need to close yourself off completely, you know, because like I do feel like there is that sense of maybe possibly needing to open up a little bit, because you were so used to that period of isolation. But definitely follow your intuition. If there are certain areas in which you would rather just not talk about in certain company, do that, you know? But you don't have to be a completely closed shell, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't have to be completely closed off. Just use your intuition. If there's a certain social situation you're in and you feel like, okay, these people kind of don't feel like this types of people that would, you know, be happy for me if I told them about this plan that I have, you know, or they might cast doubts if I share with them, you know, this plan that I've been working on. So definitely pay attention to that, and I feel like that's definitely going to serve you as well. I like it. Let's go into the Emperor now. Please and thank you, Spirit. Where is the collective going, and what does it have to do with this Emperor? Please and thank you, Spirit. What does it have to do with this Emperor? Where is the collective going? What does it have to do with this Emperor? What does it got to do with the Emperor? Over here. Over here. Okay. Over here. Oh my goodness. Also, I'm so silly. We had the Empress coming out earlier, and I never even took into consideration that we already had the Emperor. So that's a divine match if that's what you want. If you would like your future to look like that, you could definitely be attracting a divine match here. That is like your equal, your counterpart. And then if not, it could just be a sign that you are really balancing out your feminine and masculine energies in a way that's going to very much serve you. So that's nice. Okay, clarifying the Emperor, we have the King of Cups. Okay. We also have the Death card. Okay. So those two together definitely could be a lot of like water energy. Specifically Scorpio, but doesn't have to be. That could just be somebody that's like in your energy or around you. Doesn't have to be though. It could just be somebody that has emotions, or maybe you are experiencing emotions, maybe more intensified emotions, but not necessarily. It's just what I'm seeing in that brief moment. But yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Fool card. And then bottom of the deck, we have Judgment card. All right. Yeah, I feel like this great sense of like rebirth and like entering a new phase in which things are different for you. It very much feels like very great transformative energy. So I feel like not only are you transforming on a personal level, I feel like your life and your 3D is also going to be transforming for you. But it's like all for your best growth and purpose and stuff. Really cool. King of Cups. That being the first card that comes out for the Emperor, this could definitely be indicating your energy. Maybe you are getting the love bug for someone in your life, or maybe you're pouring that love into yourself, and maybe through investing in yourself, that love, you are building success for yourself. If I could just hold these cards together. You're building that success for yourself, because the King of Cups is a king. He's super powerful. The Emperor obviously is super powerful. So it could be something about like your self-love is really paying off for you. And also something about like going with the flow of your emotions as well. And I feel like this sense of like being self-compassionate for yourself, understanding that there are moments in which you're going to be feeling really good, and there's moments where you're going to be feeling kind of not so good. And instead of being like, oh, gee, you suck me for being, it's directed at yourself, is what I'm trying to say. Like you suck because you're not super happy and you're maybe low energy or something. But instead of taking it out on yourself, I feel like you're being much more patient and kind and compassionate with yourself. And that is what really makes a difference, I feel like. And that could definitely be making a difference in terms of how you see yourself. And it's allowing you to kind of step into this place of power and feeling much more empowered. And I feel like part of that comes with like realizing that you don't have to be perfect to attract like an ideal life, or to manifest things, or to have success in life. Like you're attracting things because you have almost like this sense of unconditional love for yourself, or you're on the track to achieving that, and it's going to make a big difference for you. And then the Death card, transformation, endings to certain things, new beginnings to other things. Honestly, I'm kind of getting that very strongly with this Five of Pentacles energy and the Fool card together, because it's like the Five of Pentacles could be like a very insecure energy, feeling like things just never work out for you. And it's constantly a struggle. That could definitely be like your past experiences in life. But then the Fool card is kind of like the opposite. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Here is like a brand new dawn, a brand new day, a new adventure. Definitely something new, exciting starting for you. You're like full of optimism and excitement and the desire to just go for things. So yeah, I feel like you have been experiencing this major transformation. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with your mindsets transforming. And it's all for the better. I feel like you truly are going to be coming into this time in which you are embracing new opportunities, new beginnings when they arrive. And you're letting go of those feelings of insecurity, those maybe thoughts of pessimism, and those mindsets of, oh, nothing ever works out for me. Maybe you're trying to rewire your brain. Positive affirmations could be a thing that you've been kind of doing so that you can kind of rewrite that script that goes on all the time in the back of your mind. And you're saying to yourself, instead of like, things never work out for me, it's like, oh wow, things always work out for me. Something maybe as simple as that could be very helpful for you. But it's definitely opening new doors for you. And it feels like you're super excited about the doors that are opening up for you here. And I feel like you're super excited. You're super pumped. And I feel like whatever those new doors are that are opening up to you, this is all clarifying the Emperor. So it's leading to your ultimate success here. And probably your feelings of confidence, the fact that you're going to be respected. Like, there's so many good things that come with that Emperor card as well. The Judgment card being at the bottom of the deck, like, there is this feeling of like a new phase of life opening up for you. But with the Judgment card, it really gives this idea of like, this is a phase of life that you have never been in before. And so I feel like if your past has been like bleak, and maybe this Five of Pentacles energy, things just have not been working out for you, get ready for you to go into like a portal to a dimension that is not like that past. Like, this is a very beautiful phase in which you're stepping into that is unlike any other that you have experienced thus far. And it feels like it's on your divine path. It's on your, I feel like the divine really wants you to be going into this new phase of your life. Like, it is meant for you. I want to see what's underneath that Judgment card. Eight of Swords. So you could have been very much doubting yourself and feeling trapped for a period of time in your life. Maybe you currently are going through this. Because it feels like this Eight of Swords is kind of what the mindsets coming from that Five of Pentacles are. Like going through tough times, and then that sort of materializing in your brain as like mindsets and ways of thinking that keep you trapped when you actually have much more freedom than you realize. It's almost like if you could just step outside of yourself, the way out is so clear. But it's like, as long as you're in those mindsets and, having those narratives in the back of your mind going on about like how nothing ever works out for you, how everything just repeats itself over and over again, how everybody's against me, like, those negative thoughts and reinforcements, creating those barriers for you, making this illusion of you being trapped, but you're actually not. And I feel like this new phase is going to be showing you that maybe those narratives are wrong, and those thoughts of doubt that have been trying to convince you to not go down a path or to explore something were lying to you and trying to steer you off of what you are meant for. Let's see what's underneath that Eight of Swords. The Hierophant. There's some great wisdom and knowledge that you are gaining through your journey. And I think it's because you know what it's like to be trapped in yourself, to experience a lot of crummy things happening to you, kind of being at the bottom. But then you, like, through this whole experience, you're learning how to, get to the top. And I feel like that is part of your story. And that is something that a lot of people are going to resonate with, because you did not start out successful. I feel like there is like this process that you've been going through. And I feel like maybe there are even times when you feel like you're slipping back into those negative thoughts. But you're able to get yourself out of those and go on to new phases of your life. And because of all of that, you're creating these, through your experience, you're absorbing so much knowledge, wisdom, and you're able to disperse that knowledge and wisdom to other people that may not be as experienced as you are and may still be in this sort of mode of being stuck inside themselves. thinking that nothing's ever going to change. But you know that things are going to change because you've lived that story. And so that's going to make a huge difference for other people that are like either following your story or listening to your story. You're going to inspire other people, and you're going to have that ability to teach other people, you know, what you did. Share your story with other people and help guide people through their own path. And yeah, we have the Hierophant at the bottom of this deck too. So yeah, double confirmation there. You're going to be coming into a time of being able to teach other people, like your knowledge, the wisdom that you have gathered through your lived experiences. And it definitely could be opening a door for other people that they thought was going to be locked to them forever. The key is really standing out for me here, the Hierophant. So yeah, you're opening doors for other people that thought that they would never be able to get through those doors. You know, it's unlocking other like levels. So not only are you leveling up, but you're helping other people, probably the collective, level up as well. Very beautiful. Let's see what's underneath that Hierophant. That's the King of Cups, which we just had. So double confirmation for King of Cups too. That could also be indicating that maybe you're also attracting somebody that is mature, emotionally available, emotionally very devoted maybe, and invested in you. But also it could just be your energy, how you're coming across to other people during this time. You're somebody that is very much in the heart space, somebody that's understanding, caring, somebody that is compassionate, you know, and I feel like that compassion can truly make the biggest difference when you're teaching other people other things, you know, or teaching anybody anything. I feel like compassion is one of the strongest things. I think back to when I struggled in school, and the biggest difference was the teacher, you know, and how compassionate they were, how much they were willing to have patience with me, how they were able to figure out different ways to word things so that they made sense to me. So I feel like that could also be your superpower, is compassion, and that's going to make you a much stronger teacher as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. Let's see what the Oracle has to say. Maybe there's some extra messages from Spirit in the Oracle. Please and thank you, Spirit. Do you have anything extra to add to this reading? Please and thank you. Okay. Anything else? Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay. There's a lot that wants to come out of this deck. We'll just take those. Okay, so, okay, this is a bit much, but we're gonna roll with it. Yeah. We have Just Breathe. Meditation could be very helpful. This definitely gives me that Four of Swords energy, so, you spending time in isolation and caring for yourself, I feel like has really been serving you. This one is Believe and Succeed. Beautiful message. I feel like that is honestly probably the energy that you're starting to embrace in your life, and that's leading you to your success. This one is Seek. I believe that this is the Hermit. So you are gaining so much wisdom, and not just from your 3D surroundings, not just from your lived experiences, but from your heart, from your internal world. You are gaining wisdom through knowing yourself, and that wisdom of self is helping you to see your path ahead of you and your purpose and what you strive to achieve in life. Base chakra, so that could definitely be a sign that maybe you need to meditate on this chakra. There are beautiful meditations on YouTube and healing meditations. Maybe that's also going to be helpful for you. I feel like I've heard about the base or root chakra being connected to anxiety sometimes. And so maybe if you've been feeling a little bit more extra anxious, that could be something that's helpful for you, is listening to healing meditations for that. Okay, this is a random message, but the color red could be significant for you, or maybe if you wear red, it could be like a power color for you, kind of like attracting like opportunities or something. I don't know. That's a weird message. I've never really gotten that. Or maybe red lipstick for people that like to wear red lipstick out there. So something about that. Maybe you could feel very powerful if you embrace the color red. Something like that is what I'm getting. And then we have healing begins. And honestly, I feel like you've been healing probably for a really long time. I don't think it's the beginning of your healing, but I feel like with this new phase that you're going into, that is going to be full of like all these opportunities, the beautiful things that you're going to be coming into, in which you are going to be becoming more empowered, more abundant, more successful. I feel like that is what's going to be healing for you. Is like, wow, this is like my era, you know, like where I really feel like I'm on top of things and things are actually working out really well for me. That's the kind of energy I'm getting with that. Find balance. The thing is, I don't really feel like it doesn't feel like you're unbalanced though. So I don't really like the fact that it's just saying like find balance. Like it's almost accusatory to me. It's like, you're not balanced, find balance. And I feel like that's not necessarily the case. I think that you are quite balanced, and maybe it's because you have found balance that things are really starting to work for you. Oh, I have also been kind of calling on the idea of like balancing out your feminine, masculine energies within yourself. And maybe that's part of the key that is unlocking these doors for you, that are entering you into new phases that you've never been in before. I feel like that's probably what it is. It's like you're balancing energies within yourself. You're balancing out probably your emotional state, your mental state, maybe your feminine and masculine energies as well. I feel like because you are finding that inner balance, that's probably what is helping things flow much easier into your life, for new opportunities to arise to you. I think that that's really serving you. So maybe keep that feeling of being balanced, and finding ways to keep yourself balanced. And that's going to be definitely attracting your success here. Bottom of the deck is giving and receiving. That kind of gives me the energy of the Hierophant, not gonna lie, because I'm getting like this feeling of like teaching others, but also receiving information in the same breath, I guess, or like the same sort of at the same time, you know? Because it's like, I feel like that's what makes the best kind of teacher too, is like somebody that is not just teaching, and you can't question me, and this is facts, and you can't argue with facts, and blah, 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 blah. But rather the teacher that is open to learning as well. And I feel like that's actually the exact sort of energy that you're embracing, and that's going to also be attracting in a lot of beautiful stuff for you, because you're not just like preaching from a tower or whatever. You're not preaching down on people. You're actually, it feels like you're kind of on their level with them, and you're kind of like also learning at the same time. And I feel like that's what makes you so trustworthy, and your teaching so impactful. This is so beautiful. I really love this energy. I really hope that you liked this. I did want to like start adding like questions at the end of the reading, so maybe I'll start doing that for this reading. I feel like something about the balance. Maybe what kind of ways are you finding balance in your own personal life, and what helps you feel the most balanced? Those are going to be the questions. I'll just call those questions these cues for use, because I like when something rhymes like that. And that's kind of a cute name, right? So that will be the questions. But yeah, so this is the reading. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it resonated. If it did resonate, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective, because my name is Bee. Bees live in hives, and you can become an honorary bee like me, and we can be a little bee family together. If you like my readings and you'd like to see more, be sure to click that bell icon down below so that YouTube actually notifies you the next time that I upload. And thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.